Good afternoon, AP Bio students. I'm going to take a moment here to walk you through one of the key programs we use that's connected to our textbook called Mastering Biology. So let me jump right to my screen. So when you log into Mastering Biology, this is the login page. First time you're going to register, make sure you use student, but normally this is where we go to sign in. So I'm going to sign into my account. Student account, as far as I know, looks pretty much the same. And when I sign in, I'm going to see Saints AP Biology 21. I'm not sure you'll see this particular view, but if you do, you just simply click on the title, and it takes you to the course page. So make sure up top here where I'm moving my cursor, it says Saints AP Bio 21. That tells you you are in the right location. And then you have all of these items on the side. You will not see these final two buttons, which are instructor resources and instructor tools. Those you will not see. All right, so let's start. I'll start with the textbook first. So right here on the I can't speak, the sidebar here, we see eText. So if we click on eText, we're going to say view the eText, and that should bring it up for you without too much difficulty. May take a moment. We're on the school's internet, so it's going just a little bit slower. Home, it comes up a lot faster than that. So this is our textbook, Campbell Biology in Focus, 2nd edition. And you can hit those little bars that I just did. Okay. And this will give you access to information about the textbook, and it ultimately gives you where you can choose the chapter. So right now we're doing chapter 19. I'm going to choose chapter 19. Or I could go directly to 19.1 and 19.2, which are the two things that I want to read for this weekend's assignment. At the beginning of the chapter, it gives you the key ideas, the key concepts. Those are typically going to be in line with the concepts that I listed from the AP course in the learning objectives. And then they specifically address how this ties into the AP course right here where it says AP. And then there's generally an introduction, which I think is worth reading because it sort of sets a tone for the chapter. If I want to move to the next page, I hit the arrow down at the bottom, and I can see that, oops, I'm sorry, I'm at the end of that section. So now I want to go on to 19.1. I'm going to click on that. And I can close this so I've got a bigger page to look at. And now I'm good to go, and I can read it just as if I'm reading the textbook. All right. Some of the figures are clickable. You can bring up different images from the textbook that are enlarged, et cetera, et cetera. Right? Makes different connections. So let me go back. Whoops. So we are at 19.1. So when you're in the full screen view, the side arrows will turn the page for you. These questions at the end, the concept checks, they're good. I'm not asking you to, I'm not going to be grading them, but that shouldn't be your motivating force. So the nice thing about the online version is you can, in your head, sort of answer the question, and then you can simply quickly check your answer and see if you're in the right ballpark. Then we move on to 19.2, and you get the idea. So that's the online textbook. let me go back. I'm going to close the textbook out and course home. When we go to the course home, it's going to have assignments. Okay, you're not going to see this. This is for me. Yours is going to look a little bit different because this is the instructor course home. But you're going to have a tab that says assignments. You can have it in tab form. So you can see the next thing that is due is in 2 days, and that's the Introduction to Mastering Bio, which sort of goes through how do you use some of the programs. You can use those arrows and scroll to the next assignment, which is on natural selection. Another thing you can do is you can click on the calendar here, and it gives you a calendar view. I haven't added too much yet, but eventually this will be worked out several weeks in advance. But right now I just have the first 2 assignments up till we get this under our belt and get moving. So that's the course home. And then there's this area called study area. So you say lunch, the study area. Up top, you have to select your chapter first. So say I want chapter 19, and then you have to hit go for it to actually move there. And then here you have chapter 19. There's practice tests, there's end of the chapter quizzes. None of this is going to be required work. This is additional resources you could use. Flashcards, if you like that type of thing, already set up and ready to use based on key vocabulary for that chapter. From here, you can access the textbook directly as well. So if you don't want to, you can go to the study area and you can still hit these links. It'll take you to the readings in the textbook. There's artwork of all the different images if you need those for some reason. And then over here, there are a number of different things that I'll let you explore. A lot of these will be assigned through the Mastering Bio. But one of the things I like to point out here is the cumulative test. So I'm hitting the cumulative test, and I can build a test covering multiple chapters, practice quiz or practice test covering multiple chapters. I think this is a nice tool because when we get to our unit exams typically are covering 3 to 5 chapters. I can build a 5-question quiz, a 10-question quiz, the default's 20, a 30-question quiz, a 40-question quiz. Again, I'm not going to score these, but by the time we get done, say, with evolution, which is going to be one of the longer sections, near the beginning of second semester, we'll be finishing up evolution, and you can choose the chapters that all go along with that, which is 6 different chapters, and this will randomly select questions from each chapter and make a cumulative test, which ends up being a nice practice test, a nice practice quiz. So I like that tool, one I suggest you might want to consider using. And there's other things you can explore if you so wish to throughout this whole thing. So the chapter guide is the beginning. There's the e-text, practice tests, flashcards, word study tools. BioFlix and MP3s are often built into the assignments. There's things you can explore if you so choose. Again, the one I strongly suggest is the cumulative test. I think it's a nice thing. The practice tests are nice. The flashcards are pretty decent. So those are things that you can take a look at. So that's a pretty quick look at that resource. Let me go out of here. Course tools. I don't think you won't end up using those. I'm not worried about some of these other ones. Score should be for you where you can check your scores. It'll list the assignments. I don't have any scores in here right now. It'll list the Assignment when it was due and what scores you earned. So this is where you can keep track on your scores. The ones I assign, those scores will get transferred to the grade book. Those scores will count. So the ones that are assigned through the course home, these ones right here, those will count. Those will be put into the grade book. Okay, so explore, play around. Just by Sunday night at 11:59 p.m., make sure you've done the introduction to Mastering Bio and you've done the first assignment on Chapter 19 about natural selection. That should cover it. Enjoy the weekend.